Now to the White House, where President Trump was earlier today railing against a Democratic plan he says would infest the U.S. with illegal immigrants who would vote against Republicans. The president's words. Chief White House correspondent John Roberts is there again on the North Lawn. Good evening, John.
Good evening to you, Brett. And the president will spend his time up there on Capitol Hill twisting arms in support of the two immigration bills that are there before the House, talking with Republicans tonight about the importance of getting at least one of those measures through. Officially, the White House supports both of them, but the compromise bill is the one that they would more likely like to see passed. The president saying that these bills, or at least one of them, are needed to end the crisis of families being separated on the border.
President Trump will need all of his deal-making skills to pull this one off, leveraging the horribly unpopular idea of separating children from their parents at the border in order to get Congress to move on immigration reform.
As a result of Democrat-supported loopholes in our federal laws, most illegal immigrant families and minors from Central America who arrive unlawfully at the border cannot be detained together.
The president is blaming Democrats, but it was his administration's decision to invoke a zero-tolerance policy at the border. President Trump insisting that years of previous White Houses not enforcing the law has had a profoundly detrimental effect on the nation.
Roughly 500,000 illegal immigrant family units and minors from Central America have been released into the United States since 2014. At unbelievably great taxpayer expense.
The president is pushing Congress to make changes to the law to allow children to stay with their parents during the prosecution and deportation process. He also wants a $25 billion commitment to build a border wall and broader immigration reforms.
We want them to come in through the process, through the legal system, and we want, ultimately, a merit-based system where people come in based on merit.
In a conference call this morning, officials from Homeland Security and Health and Human Services said 2,342 children have been separated from their parents in the month between May 5th and June 9th. They insisted that children are being well cared for, but they contradicted the DHS secretary, who said yesterday the zero-tolerance policy was not adopted to discourage illegal immigration.
We expect that the new policy will result in a deterrence effect. We certainly hope that parents stop bringing their kids on this dangerous journey and entering the country illegally.
Only 21 of the children removed from their parents are Mexican, but the zero-tolerance policy drew an official response from Mexico's Foreign Relations Secretary today, Luis Videgaray, calling it cruel and inhumane. President Trump firing back that Mexico is only too quick to allow migrants from Central America to pass through Mexico as long as they are bound for the United States.
Mexico does nothing for us. You hear it here. They do nothing for us. They could stop it. They have very, very strong laws. Try staying in Mexico for a couple of days. See how long that lasts. Okay?
The majority of families subject to separation are from Honduras, Guatemala, and El Salvador. President Trump today said in that same speech that he is soon going to go to Congress for authorization to withhold U.S. aid from countries that don't take steps to curb the flow of illegal migrants. Brett?
John, the White House also had an announcement on health care today. What about that?
Yeah, and this was one that was quite well received by the National Federation of Independent Business, the body to which the president was speaking, saying that he is taking steps to authorize small businesses to band together into health care associations, which will allow them the purchasing power of numbers to buy health insurance at much lower costs. Listen here.
For the first time ever, sole proprietors will be able to come together and buy lower-cost group insurance instead of getting ripped off by this disaster that we all know as Obamacare.
While small businesses seem to appreciate the effort, there are critics who say that this is going to lead to substandard health coverage for people who are in sole proprietorships or small businesses and only seek to further weaken Obamacare. Brett?
We'll follow all of that. John, thank you.